All right, welcome to Spiritual Discovery. This is the month of April, and the feature for this month are the dandelion flowers. Now, the reason why I chose the dandelion flowers is it just spoke to my spirit. And after a few days, I had forgot what this month feature was going to be. And one day, scrolling on YouTube, I think it was YouTube or Instagram, and dandelions popped back up. Now, this was confirmation. True confirmation. So we're going to jump right into this discovery. We're going to get ready for the study of the dandelions. Now, my first experience with the dandelion started as a young child, seeing these beautiful puffy white balls in the yard, blowing them out, having fun with them. And it just brought back to my attention how amazing God's work is, how creative He is. Now, this creativity is purpose. These beautiful fluff balls, its purpose is to spread these seeds back into the soil so the dandelions can multiply. Now, I have a display here of the process of the dandelions, which I didn't know until late in life that dandelions have two presentations. The first one are the yellow flowers that you see in the yard, and then the second presentation is the beautiful white fluff balls. I did not know that until later in life. So we're going to go through the process. So as you see, it starts off as this beautiful yellow rosette flower that is a shape, a rosette shape. And then those petals will dry, and then they will sprout into little seeds with a parachute fluff to them. Now, like I said in the early part of this video, is that parachute, when the wind blows, it's going to allow these seeds to disperse back into the soil and allow the dandelions to multiply. Now, we think of weed as something bad, that it will smother out our garden, but no, dandelions are very beneficial. Their purpose is to break up the soil and allow things to thrive. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Yes, I know dandelions are weed, but their purpose is to break up hard dirt. Those yards that are struggling, that's what Google said. Now I'm repeating what they said. Those yards that are struggling, the dandelion will break up the soil, which will allow things to flourish. So while the dandelions are allowing things to flourish in the yard, they also have some flourishing benefits for us as well. And here are some facts that I learned through Google. Dandelions are highly nutritious edible plants rich in vitamin A, C, and K, as well as minerals like calcium, potassium, and iron. They support digestive health, act as a natural diuretic to aid detoxification, and provide antioxidants that reduce inflammation. Every part can be eaten or used in tea, jelly, or coffee substitutes. So as you can see, the dandelion is teaching us just because you have the title as something of a nuisance, like a weed, something that should not belong in a garden, there is a potential for creativity, purpose, and beauty. So with that being said, let's jump into the spiritual discovery. So when I think of the dandelion, I think of that message where Jesus is telling his disciples after his death, he wants them to go out and spread the gospel. I'm going to read from Mark 16:15, and it reads, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature." So after doing the research on the dandelions, This is something that popped into my head. Just what I explained about Jesus' death and his disciples going out and spreading the gospel. When I think of the dandelion, I think of how it starts off as a beautiful flower, and then the petals dry up. And then after the petals dry up, the seeds turn into fluffy parachutes that are blown by the wind, spread it out to multiply into many dandelions. So here we see the same process as how Jesus instructed the disciples. After his death, he still wanted his disciples to spread the word, to allow people to become followers of Christ, to multiply and spread the gospel. And while Jesus was considered good in all his ways, there were those, like the Pharisees, saw him as a nuisance just like the weeds. But little did they know he was good. He was breaking up, just like the dandelions, how they break up the hard dirt. He was the one that is cleaning up the dirt, cleaning up the sin. And even after his death, his word is still spreading, just like the dandelions, spreading throughout and multiplying in numbers. I hope you have enjoyed this spiritual discovery and see